So, folks, I am so excited to do this video today. It is truly wild, and I don't know, it just kind of boggles my mind that people are willing to just screw people over every chance they get. But you know what? This is 2025, and there are a lot of people out there with no principles. There are a lot of people out there who will say, you know what? It's for me. It's for my family. So I'll just screw your family over.
If you are looting, we are shooting.
Well, it's a bit of a joke, but it's to remind someone, please don't just steal my freaking Starlink. You know, that would be kind of dumb.
But you are armed.
Yes. But I know what the laws are as well, you know, and I'm trying to make sure I'm always legal with my firearm control. The dogs, Bailey will bite you at the door. That's Bailey. He's very cute, but he'll protect, he won't let you in the house.
So if they see the sign and the dogs and know you're armed, hopefully.
No one should be messing with me. They got to get through Bailey first.
I wouldn't mess with you.
I mean, it's just, you know, first of all, to be looting during a natural disaster is the lowest form of human behavior.
Like, can we bring integrity back to America? Pretty simple. Folks, not everybody is super excited about how the economy is going, and that includes banks. Over 300 banks are at risk of failing currently, and it's one of the reasons why I choose American Hartford Gold to protect my money. Throughout our lifetime, the dominance of the US dollar has been unquestioned, but that has definitely changed. As we face unprecedented inflation, even like we said, banks are starting to fail. And for me, that leads me to put more and more money into precious metals. So now is the time to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and your retirement portfolio by diversifying your assets into physical gold and silver. If you have a bunch of cash in the bank, I would be scared at this moment. American Hartford Gold has a 5-star rating with the Better Business Bureau. Tell them that I sent you and they will give you up to $15,000 of free silver on your first order. So call now, 844-940-0662 or text HEAVY to 65532. Make sure that your savings and retirement are protected with American Hartford Gold. No one else is going to offer that kind of protection, especially not banks. Anyways, we covered the Palisades and Altadena fires and who looks like started it. And there's been more information that came out about them, and I figured we would just show this. The guys who filmed the start of the fire, they ended up doing an article with the LA Times, and the LA Times pretty much just sucked them off. Asked no questions, just were like, oh my God, these guys barely escaped from the fire, and then, I don't know, people blame them. Okay. Well, they were there, and they have no explanation for being there. And then we did a further research on him, and this dude does ceremonies where he lights candles in the fucking forest. And where he has a book where he talks about the Great Reset, where it takes out the rich. That's not sketchy at all, you know? You know what's worse than all of that? Like, start the fire. Fuck it. Start the fire. But then all the people who are taking advantage of the fire, people who are looting, how do you live with yourself? Like, seriously, can we put ourselves in the shoes of a family who have lost their home? It's gone. They got to go either rent a house at a ridiculous rate or they got to go buy a house at a ridiculous rate. Let's say you're a man who takes care of his family who has 2 young babies. What do you do? Anyways, the video I'm about to show you is only something that you would probably see in Texas, Montana, Florida, Tennessee, pretty much all of the South, maybe the Midwest, but definitely not the West Coast. And I fucking love it. I'm stoked about this. Let me show you this picture. It is the most badass thing I've ever seen. And this is California. God bless y'all's souls. Every house should have one of these. I mean, y'all should just paint these and sell them, honestly. Put one up on every house. Listen to this guy talk. I love it.
Right at the perimeter of my backyard, otherwise we would have taken probably our entire block out and the block south of us. And we've stayed ever since. Now we're protecting against looters.
Now we're protecting against looters. We had one incident early on, but nothing afterwards. But we've been seeing a lot of patrol, especially the past few nights. So far so good. Just getting a few hours of sleep every night and just patrolling our block.
But we need the neighbors to come home so that we can, take a break. And number two, we need more vigilance. It's hard. There's only 6 of us in a 3-block radius to cover all this, and there's a lot more territory here. So we need a lot more people up here. And I think even without power, we need them up here just so they can rat out these looters.
I mean, how awesome is this? Armed homeowners in Altadena, California, right next to LA. They're patrolling their own neighborhoods to make sure that looters can't get into people's houses. The fact that looters are even there, taking advantage of the situation, we've already talked about it, but it is outrageous. But seriously, this is a story that you would hear in Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Alabama. But California, people are absolutely fed up there.
The warning signs in fire-ravaged Los Angeles are loud and clear. Looters will be shot.
Armed homeowners whose properties survived the devastating fires are defying evacuation orders and posting signs warning looters that they'll protect their home at any cost.
Maggie, who doesn't want to give her last name, tells us she and her husband are armed.
We take shifts sleeping, so it's 2 or 3 hour shifts, and we just go off back and forth of who sleeps. Then the other one is up on guard watching.
Maggie says they stayed behind during the catastrophic fires in Altadena to save their home while their neighbors' homes across the street burned.
My husband said, I've risked my life to save my home from a fire. I'm not going to lose it to looters.
This resident hired armed security to protect the few homes remaining in the Pacific Palisades.
What is your message to anyone who wants to break into somebody's house and take advantage of this situation?
Good luck with that. I mean, if you want to get shot, that's what you can do, because, we have no patience for any of that.
And it's your first look at...
And after this whole thing, this may be the thing that turns California red. It might as well be. But I just want to commend these people. I mean, they're in the worst situation possible, and they're taking it upon themselves to go out and fight, not necessarily the fires, but they're fighting the people who are willing to take advantage of the situation. And for all the people who are out there looting, I hope you see this. And I hope you understand that just because it's California, there are people out there who are armed. There are people out there who are willing to defend their property and have no remorse if you try to go over there and steal their fucking TV. I don't know what else. Steal a couch. Try to steal their safe. Whatever it may be. Here's my thoughts on looting, stealing, and committing crime. If you have the balls to do it, then you have the balls to die. Simple as that.